and welcome to another Ace Attorney stream. Today we're starting Spirit of Justice, Episode 1, which would be the foreign turnabout. So let's get on to the prologue.
On the western edge of the Far East, lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery, the kingdom of Wright. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Hello. We're just starting. Here in Kurain, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm, and priestesses can commute with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother, fear only the impurities of your soul. This blight on my soul, I'll have the child take the blame. Oh, my day's going fine. Didn't really do much. Played Sims most of the day. Phew, I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Kurain, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Get a load of the street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. I guess that sentence does make sense. It just didn't seem right for a second. Wow, an ox right in the middle of the street? I have to get a picture of that. Excuse me, sir. I wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a Excuse me, sir. What? Oh, yes. Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes, that's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute. Are you... That's right. I'll be... Urgad at your service. I'm a monk in training at... I guess that's... Oh, Temple? Guessing that's how you pronounce that. And I'll be your guide around town. It's very nice to meet you. Piraki. Happy? What now? Happy Paraki. That's how we greet people here in Crane. It's like hello or how do you do. It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Paraki. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the Kingdom of Karain, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you, to celebrate your arrival. So, speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. This is our famous Karainese sweet bun. It's called a magatama, or soul bun. It's shaped like a magatama. It's so yummy. It'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That will be 20 damas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, so let me know if you ever want any more. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. Ooh, we're gonna see Maya again. She can't come see you for a few days yet. Aw. Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still in training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her, either way. I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. Feels so long ago now. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her aesthetic training with her. Aesthetic? I don't know. Albie, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Aw, shucks, she said that? That sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit too. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. Humph, that girl worries too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. Ugh, I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Oh well, you know, haha, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Thanks. That would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously. Well, what are you waiting for? Those sights aren't gonna see themselves. Yikes, you don't have to shove. First stop, Temple. Right there in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you. Alrighty. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Quranism and Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. I read that the people of this country are all adherents to Quranism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated? Venerated? The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. A spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. A spirit medium rules the entire country? Huh? Talk about power and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion Rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. The Dance of Devotion has the power... Oh, okay. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Heh, well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 dasmas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? I hope that counted as patronage training. And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh, that doesn't sound like Maya, I know. Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kinda like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Well, she's definitely grown up at least a bit, I would say. It's not like she's a little kid anymore. Oh no, what's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there, too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go. But why the rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's dance of devotion. Her benevolence? just a kid. What do you mean, treason? Oh, hopefully Phoenix's attorney badge works in this country as well. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? 'Cause you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial there. In there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. I guess both of them work. Trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Uh, well, I don't think we can really lie to him. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home anyway. What? A lawyer? I can't. It's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the courtroom, right, I guess? Yeah, courtroom. Wait, get back here, you. Went so fast that I just kind of filled in the blanks in my head. So this is a Karani's courtroom. Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The the divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Guilty. Wait, how can you do that? There's not even another... Like, where's the person on the other side of the bench? What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started. Yeah, and I don't think they have a lawyer at all. How does this work? Gu Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please take another look. Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't. Why is Pain here? Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Kuranism, would dare doubt her insight? Heh. Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence. Allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent. Impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But, what in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance. What is Alvy's attorney doing? Yeah, he doesn't have one. Wait a minute. Where is Alvy's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount of doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, a royal priestess, and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you, impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. As you command, so shall it be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Dihara Quran.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. You're... me and my big mouth. Now what? Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this, right? Your Honor, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Excuse me? Who on earth are you? Well, I'm an ordinary tourist, Your Honor, just passing through. That's not how you introduce yourself. At least tell him you're a lawyer. Ah, tourist, are you? Hapiraki. But more important, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense attorney? Do they not have defense attorneys here? Ha 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 ha. Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Crane. We leave it up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seances determine all. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir for your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. Now, hold on. Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. Albie. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and see Miss Maya. But forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you, but it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry. The poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? I feel like finding Maya would probably be the best action here. Yeah. Because they just said they don't have defense attorneys here, so it just feels like common sense to go the other way. The whole reason I came to this country was to see Maya, and I'm just an outsider here with no knowledge of the way they do things. But I'm still a defense attorney first and foremost. Let me guess, you're gonna do the other option. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Albie's corner. Alright, we're gonna do the other option. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious. Did you just hear that? That is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me, Mr. Wright? What are you saying? You can't do that. I most certainly can. Don't worry. I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright, you are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Your Majesty, if you please. You have something to say, Mr. Payne? Heh heh heh. Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting, right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Right, Mr. Whoever you are. Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler? That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to Betsy. What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country? But, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Hehehe. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try. But I have a previous engagement, you see, a class together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score for years have passed since we, uh, a score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? That what a score is? 20 years? Never heard that before. Mr. Payne, I want that barbed wire... Not wire. That barbed head brought to me on a stick. Jeez, that's brutal. As you wish, Your Benevolence, I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and Her Benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. We've faced in so many tutorial episode ones, you know. That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law, hehehe. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but what's with the gallery? Just you watch. That defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor. Crush. This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. Now, If you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Pottsroll, Temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. To kill a guard armed with a gun, what a terrifying, bold act. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. But allow me to resubmit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Ha ha ha. We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is undisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking at the court record. Well, see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure for Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with those heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the mitama of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. Grr, you don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irrelevance is exactly why I dislike a defense attorney so much. Your Honor, or Your Majesty. What is it now? This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. Dude, he's not from here. He's been getting awfully angry with me, and are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, the treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. I hear there's been a string of thieves lately of historic artifacts from the temples. Right, your majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And then the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure, is that it? The accused family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions for the defense, from the defense, I presume. What? No, I do have questions. Even more? But you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's still planning to go to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? The motive? Wait, no. They already kind of touched on that a little bit. The weapon? Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it. How utterly reprehensible using the sacred treasure box for murder. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Ah, a very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for the difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there is anything else, I'm ready to announce my verdict. Very well, in that case, I find the accused... just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? I told you, I have plans to attend to, and... Ah! I'm late, it's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts his right to be cross-examined. Its right to cross-examine the defendant. Huh? Did I say something funny? Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean? What do I mean? I seem to have some recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. The little wonder is so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand to let the defendant or the accused tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it is necessary, Your Majesty. Heh heh heh. What harm could it do, I say? We allowed the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything of relevance to say. Heh 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 heh. Oh, what? How kind of you, your royal painness. Hmm. Very well, as long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologize for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. Albie Ergod. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too. Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty. Right. Let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, I might add, he sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be alright. You... you tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back the Magataman I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gotten into you? Don't talk to me. You disgust me. Now even Albie is against me. But why? Hehehe. This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and the afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. All right. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen the treasure box with the green Kyrani's butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway, planning out my tour route. Were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was monk in training when he was a kid too, you know. I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give up that and go work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard, but at least that way he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. It sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he said. He was always cheering me on in my training and in my tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. The defense, now that you've heard the accused account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. Hmm? That wasn't the end of it? It's been so long, I don't rightly recall this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is? What fresh hell is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Might as well. I guess I'd better, if we'd never get anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to the witness's testimony. Then we use present to open the court record and examine the evidence. And why would you do that? To find and present any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given. Present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you. Clearly something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake. But what do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in the witness's testimony? In that case, you must press Q, the witness, for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements. Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses? It'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom. Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force involved. Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to. One false move and I'll call the bailiff. Yeah, something's definitely getting lost in there. For now, I should just focus on my energy on questioning Albie and comparing his statements with the information in the court record. Yeah, right? There was one thing I wanted to check out first. It was not near the treasure room. Treasure box with the green Coronis butterfly on it. Is the butterfly even green? Green Coronis butterfly on it. I guess that is a butterfly, from what I can tell. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. I don't know. Let's see. Anything else? The song from the Foreigner's Orb, sung during the Dance of Devotion, includes an English translation. Time of death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit by a blunt object. And the Temper's treasure room. The body was discovered at the base of the stairs to the altar. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna present this. Because I'm pretty sure this photo is like black and white. But at the same time, we can't really tell the color of it until... Oh, actually, the butterfly looks like it's on the back. I'm pretty sure he said front. Oh, it just says on it. Either way. Worth the shot. Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So, you say you never laid eyes on the treasure box, is that right? Oh, that's what it was. He's never seen the treasure box yet. He claims there's a butterfly in it, and there is. Got it. That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how do you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? But because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article. No, take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures. Ah, hold on. His bag. Did it just move? Polkanka. I beg your pardon? Polkanka is a word in Kuranese that people use when they're surprised. You you just exposed a lie, so this is the power of cross-examination, is it? I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But just a moment. Is the if the accused was lying, then that just makes it more suspicious than ever. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn, I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. Heh heh heh. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well, maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't. Humph. That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused fingerprints were found on the scroll. What? Oh no. Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed, you must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. Nah. A notice from the day of the incident. The defendant's fingerprints were found on it. No, 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 no. Then that means... Was there on the day of the incident? Ha 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 ha. So this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he pants himself. Yes, it would seem so, your majesty. Hehehe. He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. How is any of that supposed to help the accused? See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the killed's guilty. Just declare. No, everything's going all wrong. Shadu, what do I do? As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. Then I guess I'll just have to poke holes in his insight of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Wait just one moment, your majesty. I haven't seen his divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess you really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance. You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne? Don't you want to see it? To see the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy? Well, now, I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound worth seeing, and it give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. Ha 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 ha. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit? Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. And then, right after the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. Heh heh heh. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. Says the person who could never win as a prosecutor until he came here where there isn't a lawyer to be found. There she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Rifa Padma Karen. Thank you for coming all this way once again. Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes? I am told you questioned the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded in truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything, ignorant outsider? We must stand for it. He must be punished. Yikes, looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him. Punish him. Punish him. Punish him. Silence, one and all. Is she standing up for me? Be not besquitted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of lowly worms such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. Now then, your benevolence, the divination seance, if you would. Certainly. Nina, my robe.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Alright, how does this work? Incense. Song of ceremony. Boy's voice. Pain. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul, the last communication of his mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project the victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. So what we saw in the pool was what Mr. Roll actually experienced. In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. But there has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, real bad. Hehehe. Now you see why the incredible pain. More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? Hehehe. There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now, are you really convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I the only one unbiased? Am I really the only unbiased one here? Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No. What's with this hubbub? Well, well. Not only is he lying black-hearted lure, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him. I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. What? What kind of insane law is that? Under the DC Act, many an attorney have been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to be an attorney. That as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? Heh, 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 heh. Ha 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 ha. You fell right into my trap, Phoenix, right? Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the Sands and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Karain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm chief prosecutor here now. Defense. Know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to the prison too. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Defend me, Mr. Wright? What are you saying? You can't do that. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient, after all? We're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life. Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? Ha 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 ha. Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening. The Court of Registration. Our courts are well known for this. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene. Criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more, are you sure you still want to defend the accused? Gulp. There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Ugh. I don't like either of these answers. Of course, I kind of want to abandon the defense at this point, even though he is a kid. Sadly enough. But would that be what Phoenix would want to do, really? You know what? We should continue. I don't see Phoenix ever backing down. And Albie really is just a kid. Like, I don't see how he could do that at all. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? To help those with no one on their side? I can't just abandon everything I believe in. Such a Phoenix thing to say. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me and the chief prosecutor for your life.
Objection!
Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. What? But Mr. Wright. The defendant insists he's innocent. And not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Polkana. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. And knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past, but it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Ha ha ha. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence. Believe me when I say this, that this attorney will knock your insides out. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Jeez. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I will but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after all the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death. As of the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, Defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision? Yeah. Come to think of it, I did see words like Song of Ceremony and Incense. Also, Boy's Voice and Pain. The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So, what Mr. Roll experienced with his five senses appears in the vision of words, right? Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find the contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. Very well. Okay, incense, boy's voice, song of ceremony, and pain. So boy's voice would be sound. Pain would be feeling. We already see sight. Would leave taste and touch, I guess? Or scent. So the incense is the scent. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Isn't there something off about that? First, I'll use A and D to make my way through the insight that seems off. The accused swung whatever he was holding down in the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I don't Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now just carefully compare the insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, select R. Still can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. So incense. Song of ceremony. Boys, boys. Song of ceremony. So we'll do song of ceremony, I guess, then? This is it. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. Now just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then press R. So, Song of Ceremony. I guess the contradiction is that the murder happened after the dance ceremony when the song of ceremony is playing, so whatever's happening here is happening at the same time as the dance of devotion, I guess.
Objection!
Just wait just a moment. Yes, what is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the song of ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Humph. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the song of ceremony. A practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement. I see, so what the victim heard was that practice session. There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, your majesty. If a big temple, the performance hall, and treasure room are quite far from each other, could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. If it is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room. Oh, that's right. Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us? Very well. Song of ceremony the victim heard was a practice run through the temple speakers. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insight accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I'd better find another inconsistency, no matter how small. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going on. I'll just use pause to temporarily stop the vision. Okay. There, I paused the vision. I think I can use M and B to jump to different parts of the vision. M and B, okay. I'll try moving the Mitama mark to the flashing red panel here. Okay. Okay. Now that I know how to get around in seance visions, it's time to find the inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Okay. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. Then he lost his life. So I feel like it does say pain. I know that for certain. Um. Hmm. Song the ceremony the victim heard was practice run through the temple speakers. Hmm. I don't know, my brain keeps focusing on pain for some reason. It did kind of seem like his vision went black before the pain happened. Maybe that's it?
Objection!
You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Also, we didn't really get to see him strike him or anything either. Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. Oh. Everything goes black and then only after that the victim feels pain. Inconceivable. This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. My word. Pokaraka, your benevolence. What is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. If what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid the contradiction is something we can't simply ignore.
Objection!
Heh now, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And what would that be? On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as we recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Pretty big detail to slip your mind. Also, how could he still hear the song? Or maybe he wasn't. I'll have to look back. Or rather, you knew all along and only letting it slip now that it's convenient pain. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there? Was there? Well, now, that explains everything, doesn't not? What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head. I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Well done, long as you live and prosper. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You flatter me. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information. Yes, of course. I will alter my insight. Alright. One can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. The song of ceremony. Okay. It's about the same. So much for my inconsistency. At least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Alright. So let's go to the new one. One can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout happened. I see. The song ceremony the victim heard was a practice run through the speakers. Okay. So I gonna go with the what is okay. Pause that. I kinda wanna contradict that he's still hearing the ceremony.
Objection!
Yes, I've finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Curranism. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums, but maybe I'm not the only one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey? I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple speakers. But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? Oh, This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible. What are you saying? That the song was heard from coming directly from the performance hall? That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless... You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall. What? You can't be serious. There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case is thoroughly be re-examined. What? No. This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency with her benevolence's insights? Unbelievable. Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind. But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. I can't. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense's assertion is in the end meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie. Hehehe, I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You'd better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember, what will happen if that tongue of yours is to find you are just wagging it? Of course, I can back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something. You appeared to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this card, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, your majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop. Chop chop? Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement, Chop Chop. Stop! Hehehe, I hear that lion lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix, think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have held his hands up like that? Aha, so that's why. The reason the defendant has his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. What explains why Albie has his hands raised above his head? The gun?
Take that!
As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying the victim was a security guard and an armed one at that? The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie, and that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. so dramatic. Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence? He is no better than that traitor snake Dirk. Traitor snake Dirk? Who's that? No, I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence, and I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for less majesty. What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected our benevolence. These people are definitely not my fans right now. That's right, exterminate him. Peace, give me peace. He said peace. No, everyone, please calm down. Is he? Your magistrate? Please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment. No, I can't charge him with less majesty. What? What? But why not, your majesty? He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But your majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learn new information about the case. What? Your majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction? Truly, it is shocking. In the 20-plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. You dare go against the royal priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with the process, your benevolence, I'm afraid you must request your removal from this courtroom, royal priestess or not. What? I'll have you know, your benevolence. And please, acquiesce in this, your benevolence. Grr. If looks could kill. I won't forget this offense, barbed head. I do not admit defeat. I won't. Bailiff, please see her benevolence out. Your Mitama will face due retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. Ha 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 ha. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they throw you into a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then jeez, she is not a nice person. I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Okay. I guess if that's how it is, then I understand a little bit more now. But still, actually, it's more the who put her in a position of power anyway at such a young age. Now then, defense, Mister Light, was it? That's right, your majesty. Phoenix Wright. Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, your majesty. Yes, yes. But do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'd be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Phew, maybe now I can finally run a real trial. Hehehe. Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well, I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Hee hee hee. Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just, heh, it's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's chief prosecutor. Yes, because that's the thing to focus on right now. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. Not necessarily. It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. Or maybe he wasn't allowed in the room at the time. It doesn't help the accused situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. Gurk. The hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. And after all that hard work to knock down those insights. Back to the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, you do have a rebuttal. I'm drawing a total blank here. Hehehe, I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I asked you a question, defense. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is to ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't think if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Or I don't know. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm so sorry. I never met a real lawyer before. Everyone always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me, would actually believe in me, would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie. So that's why I lied, to try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. What? Allow me. Allow me to explain. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it? Yes, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. And that box is so beautiful, the way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right, it's covered in this special mineral called fluorite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only he applied such passion to tell me the truth earlier. Well, that's how it goes. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again, when I ran into Mr. Roll on the great stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision. No, they were the great stairs that connected to the hallway. Makes sense, the vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was on top of the stairs. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scarily. For some reason, he had a scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll, which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you that when you ran into him on the stairs? Nah. What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all of this before. I didn't think anyone would believe me. Hehehe. A grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief. Nah.
Objection!
It's possible the victim simply misread the situation. Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why would every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? Nah. Shadu. What do I do, Shadu? And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of the rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen, and then just after that, he ran into the accused, Albie Urgod. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim can be none other than the accused. That also doesn't make any sense. Nah. Is that a dog? What now? Hey, Shadow, down boy. Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So, that's what was making his bag move. Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him? Hehehe. Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway. Phew. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I'd better reassess my strategy and fast. I have to somehow show that everyone else could have struck the victim, or were sunk. While it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at the time. If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly, I mean, who but the accused standing front and center could have done it? Maybe someone behind him? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think up something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? Behind him?
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? From behind, you say? I see. It did look like he was struck from behind, looking at his back of his head. Did say struck from the back of his head, I think. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit. And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that? I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the end of the at the other end of the hallway. Makes sense to me. Hehehe, you're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area? I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway. I see. Swing and a miss. Oh, Shadow says that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. Hehehe. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Objection!
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in the hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness, a very reliable eyewitness. What? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. Calling an eyewitness to the stand? It's been decades since that's happened. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. That was a low blow. Very well, I'll allow it. And now, for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. Hello, real culprit. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Pleslebun Adistans the name. like that. Temple's head monk. Can you dig? Okay. Oh, if it isn't instructor... Oh my god. Adistanum. You're the eyewitness? Instructor. Not only is Mr. Adistanum Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Milan expert. Sorry to ask, but what's a Milan? My guess is the instrument. Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. When Gun and Tiger Bat Tull. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The Song of Ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The Song of Ceremony. The song that was playing at the time of the murder. O Holy Mother, may the righteous sound of my Dalaman serve you as my offering to you. Wonderful. A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know. My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistry Pops. No Dalmalan class today? No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalan class. Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. The transgressors against the Holy Mother have been brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Andistandum and the Treasure's Keeper. You must be shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man, that was not cool. Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Andistandum. That's right, brother. There's... this here is the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? And the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know, baby, it's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple. The Magatama key, huh? And now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Andistum, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room? You know it, baby. Best believe I scooped that tiny transgressor. Nah. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? To bring justice against the transgressor, man? Yes, of course. I'll do all I can. In the name of her holiness, I vow to sing naught but the truth. I swear to bring hit me. After the morning dance of devotion, to go back to the chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way? To the temple's treasure room, hey. Oh, temple room, hey, hey. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone to the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than roll. Only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. Tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll hit the big one after all? Harsh man. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Andistanem? What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near the chamber, so I'm always the man for the job. You feel me? The breaker's in the first floor hallway in the front of the storeroom. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man, really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung at the treasure room to see what was what. And it was like, whoa, man, there was poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail. A diagram depicting the temple treasure room area. In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout. The only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So, you see, Mr. Andistanim's unassailable account is what led to the accused arrests. Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of the dance of devotion? Forgot how to pronounce that word for a second, even though we've been saying it so much. It's interesting how the human brain works sometimes. Hehehe. I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of that morning's dance of devotion, taken by a tourist. My, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Andistemnim's Damalan now. Payne's right, there's Mr. Roll on duty. Hehehe. Never underestimate the incredible pain. Nah. So in addition to Rifa's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Surprising, since they usually don't have to use any of this evidence normally. As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family, can you dig it? I should have taught Alvi better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk Andersonem. I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Spared the rod, hey baby. Spoiled the child, not maybe. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. After the morning dance of devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room, hey hey. Is it though? I don't think it is. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Objection!
Or maybe it, well, I guess technically. Okay, fine. Fine, I guess it is on the way. Don't you know the chamber's on the way? Any small footprints I can quite clearly hear if anyone to the treasure room goes near. Albie was the only one, Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than Roll, only Albi to the treasure room did stroll. Are you sure Albie was the only one?
Hold it!
How can you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it would be possible he went to the storeroom on the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes. That you saw him? Yeah, that's way different than hearing and seeing is way different. In the treasure room, this you can believe. My peepers peeped the sneaky sneak, Albie. And tell us where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would. When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. There's a window? From the window I can see. The window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard, you dig? And through that window I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Where's your proof? Should I have him add this statement to his testimony? Why not? Can you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Andersonem? You got it, brother. Okay. Hmm. Through the window I did spy little Albie with my own eye. Oh, oops. What's going on here? There we go. The song about the founder's orb swung during the dance with the devotion. Time of death, blunt object, cerebral contusion from a head injury, murder weapon, notice from the day of the incident. Due to the growing number of the thefts around the temple, will be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all the hallway shutters will be remained shut for today's dance of devotion. Then you couldn't have seen him. There's something off about that, Mr. Andestenen. My music is off? I'm sorry, you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Andesenen, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all, not lying ain't my thing. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Andestanen? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters. Gah! Looks like you didn't get this memo. No way. I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice yourself? Let's see. Something something will something for something something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Kuranese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Kuranism for 3 months myself. And Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you, Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teaching spoke to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Kuranism, but could Andestenim have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? Mr. Andestenim, were you really in your chamber as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else? Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you sprouting now? According to Mr. Andestenim's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well, do you have a theory, defense? Do you know where Mr. Andestenim was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie go towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down that hall. Well... Well, technically he could have been near the performance hall, but I know we need to suspect him as the murderer because we saw he was, so he had to be... Well, he couldn't be in the storeroom because he wouldn't have seen him, but he could be near the breaker. Come on. There we go. There, but you just suggested earlier. Oh, also, if the power went out, he probably was the one who turned the breaker off for the power to go out in the first place. That's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at this, this is the only place I understand him could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Andestendem of being the true culprit in this case? Of course I am. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility that the witness is the murderer. Okay, can you stop being shocked now? How dare you be so disrespectful? First, you criticize her benevolence as insights. Now you accuse the head monk of murder? Yeah, I'm not making the best impression since I came to this country, probably.
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture. But there's one more thing. Do you remember what he said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, he suggested that Albie was using his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right, and what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure. What? What? You're joshing me, man. The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious. Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Andestendem's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? Exactly. The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to the court. So clearly he isn't above lying. Nah. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. Nah. That is ridiculous, as there are no limits to what this lawyer will say. I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. Enough of kissing that weird key. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. What? What was that, Mr. Andesendem? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother, and nobody, Nobody gets away with that. Whatever, man. Ooh! Now you're talking. What on earth? That music, it's making my ears bleed. Hey, I prefer this way more. This is the music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's dripping with lies, running with pistols. Fistings? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. And now for something completely different. That plinkety plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Isn't that the real source of your anger, having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's 'cause you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations? Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. You know what? The plinkety plunk music to the rock type music, quite the preferred change in my book. Keep making noise and I'll have you use my partner here on you. But also, don't call Phoenix crap. I'm the one making noise. Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the beat of my brutal death beat. Bring it on. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Sounds like it. Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper soul screaming truth. Like I said, bring it on. The priestess's dance had me come to an end. To the music storeroom my way I did wend. Death truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw Pat roll after Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than blackest black, robbing all sight. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. It's metal. It's pretty good. Maybe you should try it. That being said, we are supposed to be against this guy. This is Dylan Metal. Hey, yo, geezer, how are your ears ringing? I don't know I don't know much about music, but I've got chills and they're multiplying. Hey, you scared, lawyer man? Run away fast as you can. What a wonderful rhythm. The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Anderson, what did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I went to put my Dalamalin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the Wright. And then why did you lie before? Because you'd send me to hell. Huh? We all know about lawyers and their lying lawyerly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What'd you say? He's right, that's so what'd have happened. Now I see why that Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Karen? Yeah, you said it. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? Now are you punks ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said, are you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here? Alright, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Alright. Hmm. The priestess dance had come to an end. To the music storeroom, my way I did wend.
Hold it!
You say you went to the music storeroom, but how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that as accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right. I don't really have any proof, and yet... Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom, isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? This silence is your answer, Lairman. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed, a moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer. Man. After the priestess dance, I went to the music storeroom. Death truth is what you dread. Hear me shred.
Hold it!
So what exactly do you mean by death truth? It's bladed truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell. A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. I didn't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either you get it and you feel it, or you don't. Simple as that. Right. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell ya. What's that saying about people who live in glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he took, uh, furtive?
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? That's wrong. Please, Libin knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for good boy here. And what did you see next, Mr. Anderson? The trailing behind, hound on the scent. I saw Pa roll after Albie he went.
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean, hound on the scent? What? You don't get it? It's always the same. Y'all lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, 'cause, you know, Roll was guard and all. Uh-oh, here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly like a flash, and... that's okay, you don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked. I knew I shouldn't have asked. Mr. Anderson, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Dumoulin class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on. Slash and thrash. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back to the storeroom, can't be beat.
Hold it!
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? There, get the picture? Picture? What picture? Mr. Anderson is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey geezer, you got it in that one. You got it in one. Take a bow, baby. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it? Then out went the power. Ticket to midnight. Blacker than blackest black. Robbing in sight. Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Lawyer man, just as always, so full of bull, spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. Filthy liar through and through, and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you. Utter lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. Hey, nice prosecutor, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session, please. Yeah, this isn't really a place for the jam session. You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. That's no good. Heh. What's so funny? Pleaslebian adistanim. Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under cover of darkness. You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? Hehehe. It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right? I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. I really think he did. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary. What? You have a theory, defense? All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. Oh, well, the breaker. Duh.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Gurk. Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness, with no source of lights whatsoever? Is that what you're saying? No, you had a source of light. Ha ha ha. With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anyone commit murder like that? Not if you had the glowing box. Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right, but I can't just let this point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness? Something? That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? It ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do I do? Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? I can. I feel like my voice is a little bit too... Well, no, not. Here, just turn things down a smidge. There we go. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide in the darkness? The treasure box. I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. What is the lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, your majesty. Yeah, man, do it, do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pains. Ha 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 ha. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. While you still have a tongue to scream with. I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was the thief? Oh, was the victim the thief? It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense? Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief? It could be a possibility. Maybe this guy is innocent after all. Ha 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 ha. What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After all, the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll had bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and why it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, Airman. I think you've lost it. Haha, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll? Trying to roll the temple? The devout believer? The pianist? The pianist? I don't know. Curionist? What's with all these words? I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up with your claim. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh, proof, huh? Do I have proof? But I can't back out now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some sort of trace of evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Hmm. What do we have that could make it so the victim could be the thief? Um, probably the treasure box itself, right? There's probably some fingerprints on that or something. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be a trace of evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might? You'd better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, your majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Yes. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If you don't find something now, my entire argument is up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's the little manner of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Alright. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate evidence with the arrow keys. I can also use B and M to zoom and get a better look. And if I ever get too turned around, I can always press reset N to return things to initial state. I'd better search every inch of this box carefully and examine anything of interest and detail with space. Okay. Let's see. The lid of the box was forced open. And while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it. So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go... Wait. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? I see. Huh, it won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? 'Cause I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Okay. That looks like a hand. This bloodstain. It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what we've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're correct. Or you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The bloodstain from his hand wound splattered across his hand. Wait, the blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box. Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyerly deceit. What do you mean? Hehehe. Mr. Wright, where's your proof that the outline of this is the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some trouble. Or, not trouble. Could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline of the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Oh, right here.
Take that!
I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require. You do? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. The proof that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask. Is his own hand himself, right here. Itself. Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. And see this? That's blood. What? If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Then the victim really was holding the box? I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. You can't be serious. I protest. There's no way that would ever match up. I assert that it's talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court? Why, you... I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you don't mind. He never has to know it was really... Oh, he never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that's the thing Mr. Rolls would say to me. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he said. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll. No, just wait 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else. The blood was thought to have gone on the box when the box is used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splatter onto the treasure box the victim was holding when he was struck with the real weapon. That's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Andersteinen? I really hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? Ha 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 ha. You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic lawyer man, drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, you make me so sick, you can disappear just like a magic trick. That's an impressive way to play, well, I want to say a guitar, but I know it's not a guitar. Worthless lawyer man, done in by a weapon, for you miserable wench. Hell doth beckon. Yeah. This isn't a concert, it's a courtroom. I know. I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty. Yet, you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer. That is it, the moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now, let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly. If I knew which one it was. What would somebody like Andersteinem use to bludgeon someone? Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Alright. Ha ha ha. Yeah, let's see it, Lawyer-man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say is used. Okay. I don't think anything in that photo. What about this photo? Wait, that's a different guitar. Well, guitar in quotation marks, but you know what I mean. That looks like it could bludgeon someone.
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah? And what's this something, This thing here is odd, to say the least.
Take that!
Mr. Andersteinen, Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you say your Da Milan was your one and only. Well, Mr. Antistenen, what do you have to say to that? Heh, I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. Ha 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 ha. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, Lehrman. In that case, please submit your old Milan to this court as evidence. Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby, haha. No! He's already destroyed the evidence. And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to be burnt into the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Ha 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 ha. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Where's the great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But your magistrate, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle in our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Andestenham is the murderer is no more than conjecture. Ah. Hehehe. There's the pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? Your accused, Mr. Andestenham, is being the thief. But the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And without, Mr. Andestenham's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Ah! Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Understandham has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive in taking on this case. Do you really have to chant it? What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Poor Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you're wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with less majesty in addition to the crime of outbetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, Lawyerman. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. This guy is guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Oh, we need to find a new motive. Come on, people, let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Andestanim's motive was. I should be trying to think about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? Maybe the box is already empty. Maybe somebody already stole it. Possibly even a long time ago. What about the treasure box? What prompted him to? Ah! Defense. What's gotten into you? Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like, Polkinka, man, what's she trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand, understand? Yes, Your Majesty. Humph. We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, Defense, what is this misconception you mentioned? The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. I knew it. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? What? Where's your what? Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the great stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box is already empty. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first. Which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs. And how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it. Once a year, a victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box is empty. Ah, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Roll must likely decided to... Wait. Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. Gah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding? My point is, it gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because he decided that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd. Ha 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 ha. Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. So then, what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Plesleben Understanding himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping. The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure? As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. What? The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally, a shred of hope. Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims? Gra. This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby. Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. This Didiful watched over the treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is a lying scumbag. Yeep. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes and sheeple, let's rock. Death to the lying lawyer. Steal the founder's orb. Me? I did it. This lying lawyer's insults know no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. A sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean and accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, commend him to hell. Kick him, throw him into prison cell. Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. If you are unable to prove his assertions by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play and both you and the accused will lose your lives. I understand. Life or death, it all comes down to this. Mr. Wright, don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya together. It's a deal. I can't let Albie down. I have to win this trial. Somehow, I have to prove that only Andastanim could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem, the last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. Okay. Steal the founder's orb, me, I did it. This line lawyer's insults no limit. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully, sacred duty to the Holy Mother easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Forced the box open, no key did he need. Are you sure? Are you positively sure that he didn't need a key? The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the only one who opened it, isn't that right? Come on. You just saw for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah? Well, there's your proof right there. Score one for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's a different way to open it? There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, defense. The kingdom of the Crane is not some sort of fantasy funland. It's true, I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion, and yet... Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with his wild fantasies. The real method to open the lock, you say, delusional man, there ain't no other way. A new verse. Please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Andastanim. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusional man, there ain't no other way. What do you mean? Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas. That's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowning in confusion. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What it'll be. For the sinner's flight of fancy. Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... the key. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it, if you please. Ha 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 ha. You don't know where to quit, do ya? Here, go ahead, examine it all you like. Nothing, I don't see a thing. Well, defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you, didn't I tell you? Yes, you told me. There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right. He desecrated the box by opening it without using this Mitama key. Wait, what did he just say? I'll sing it as many times as you have to get it through your thick lawyer skull. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. Yeah. For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? If I have to, carve it into your brain, lawyer man. Alright, well, I'm gonna present you the Magatama key because you're calling it the Mitama key now for some reason.
Objection!
Just a minute, Mr. Understandin'. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? Ah. But didn't you originally say it was called the Magatama key? The Mitama key? What's that? I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. What? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What say you, defense? Is it an important detail? Judging by understanding's reaction? I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty. It's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Nah, man. Just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're riding the crazy train to nowhere, lawyer man. Sorry. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's nonsense. To tell you the truth, it's not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I'm eager to find out. What? Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it, because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it's absolutely important detail, I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb. I see, very well in that case. Please show the court the grounds in which you are basing this claim. The grounds, Your Majesty. You can, of course, show grounds, can you not, defense? Of course. What else can I say? Nah, I have to come up with something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. The Mitma key. The Mitma... There has to be something somewhere that ties Mitma and the orb together. Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows the connection between the Mitma key and the Founder's orb? Mitma and Founder's orb. I'll get there eventually. Just a moment. Man, I don't really have a clue. Wait, why are my lives, like, the exact symbol of this, but upside down? Can I try the key again somehow? What does that have to do with the Mitma key? Don't you see it, Your Majesty? A subtle but very insignificant connection. No, I'm afraid I don't see it. I did wrong, didn't I? Neither do I. Ha! Nothing there to see. Then, I guess there's no connection, huh? In that case, allow me to present a different piece of evidence. Your feeble attempt to gloss over your mistake won't work with me, defense. Dang it. Ouch, this guy's good. I better think it through. Song of Ceremony. When the dragon and tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama... Oh, Mitama! The favor of the orb will be bestowed. There we go. What's that? The Song of Ceremony? All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells the treasure of the founder of the Kuranism, but hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how you really open the treasure box. Oh, holy mother! Nah. But how can that be, defense? The Sound of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key. Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean... We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. And I suppose you know the right way? I do, Your Majesty. I used the key properly. You have to first flip it vertically, flip it horizontally. Flip it vertically. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this, it becomes the Kurani symbol of the soul. In other words, the Mitama. Oh, I see. That's why my lives are like the Magatama but upside down. Because it's the Mitama of the soul, so that's literally the Phoenix's life. Well, Of course, it's his life depleting, but it's his soul depleting too. Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way. Oh, heh. I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. There must be some other place that this key fits, but where? Let's see. What were the words of the song of the ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Where should the mitama key actually be used? Well, I would think the butterfly. I don't see any hole, though. Wanna say somewhere on the butterfly, though. I don't know. Well, maybe... I don't... I'm just kind of like, there's no hole there. How does it make any sense? Oh. Okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. My goodness. The treasure box, it really opened. No way, man. What? No. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind this, excuse me, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne. How so? Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock, after all, is just a decoy. Then what you're saying is neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They, therefore, had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the man who knew about the mitama key. Please let me understand him. And I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can only be one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Ah. Alright, you can stop showing off with the guitar solo now. Jeez. Grah. Ha, yeah, cuckoo. Well, that was quite the show. Curse him, it's all his fault. Why'd he have to try and steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's all his fault. I had to cause that blackout and clock him for good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me. I couldn't let I had to stop him. What a shocking development. I can sacredly believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. Nah, no, my perfect, unblemished record destroyed. The incredible pain ruined. No! Very deserved. Come on, guys, he's just bald. Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the one truth has been made known. It's still time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, Albie or God, not guilty. Aw, that's beautiful. I'm guessing this is the not guilty ceremony, and it really is nice. There's still quite a commotion. The people from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty? I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everyone's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in a defendant lab be quite this uncomfortable. Mr. Wright? Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's alright, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least I wish I could explain, but I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. But by the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolent insights. Right, Rafa, the royal priestess. You would imply that the trial of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Mr. Wright. Shh. Huh? Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested. A rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen and the court system. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. Oh, so that's Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk? I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. The thing is, you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. And you're not scary, but you're not scary like that Dirk guy. Pardon the intrusion. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, say. See? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Karenese Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkel Karain. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense, culpability, and all, act and all. Mr. Igna. How are you, sir? Run along, mini monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh? Well, then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Uh, oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief, a repeated offender. See? I had my men look into it, and they found all the booty he'd pilfered right there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll, why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kinda sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that Andestanin fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head monk apparently. So he gave up the founder's orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Say, White. That was a cute little number you pulled in my court today. First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot, catch my drift. Oh, well Yikes, I'm in for it now. Humph. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You'd do best to read in between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty, no-good Nick punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Yikes, he was kinda scary, wasn't he? You're telling me. Well, yeah, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about, such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour. Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still a lot more temple sees, and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural, and haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view, and the place dangle off the cliff. Twilight. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. Maya. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. I hope so too. This place doesn't seem the safest.
So,
Or,
how
oh,
about that not guilty, Dirk?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
alright. Well, that was our opening case for the spirit of justice. So tomorrow we'll be starting Spirit of Justice episode 2, The Magical Turnabout. I'll see you guys all then. Looking forward to it. And yeah, bye for now. See you guys later.